What is going on today, guys? We are back for another episode in Hydroneer. Now, as you guys can see, we now have 8 Goliath drills in here. We got the rest of it all dug out and all set up, so everything is ready to rock and roll. Can't wait to see what this turns out. Now, unfortunately, the only problem with the setup is going to be the fact that we are getting big gold, so it is going to cause quite a bit of lag as we run it. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable. The big gold pieces don't exactly go into a funnel or fall into a crucible right, so they end up falling on the ground. Now, I did see something pretty interesting. I actually watched a YouTube video the other day of a guy named Mike making a setup with ram drills on the surface to collect the gold into the crucibles that are placed on top of the forges, or the furnaces rather. So that's something we're probably going to end up looking into, but before we even do that, I want to make sure that we get ourselves an even bigger gold bar than we currently have. Right now our gold bar is only 49,000. So I would like to get $100,000 gold bar before we go ahead and move on to the surface mining like that. Just because I spent all this time setting this up, I want to actually get to use it before we do something else. You know, it's not a big deal if we just leave this setup as is and start running something different. I'm not honestly too concerned with it, but I do want to get to at least run this a bit, even though it's going to be a laggy mess. You know, it is what it is. Not a whole lot we're going to be able to do about it, but we did smelt down another iron bar. We need 3 of them to make ourselves this big sword, so probably within the next couple episodes we'll be smelting down enough iron to do that. I actually just smelted that before this video because that was getting laggy. This thing is very laggy, as you guys can see. Whoa, it is, yeah, it's pretty bad, as you guys can tell here. We really don't have much control over it, so trying to get it put down in the right spot. Oh, crap. Let me do this quick. Holy crap. Yeah, that's getting pretty laggy. I think we're going to be about the same way with gold, getting the next gold bar done as we would be with the iron. So we're going to run this a bit. Apologize for that lag. I didn't think that was that full yet. But anyway, let's fire this sucker up. We do have a bunch of blocks that we had pulled out of there while we were going through and digging around and stuff. So fortunately, it's causing a little bit of a mess up here. It always does. Something's always got to be jammed up. So, you know, let's get all this crap cleared out here first. And then we'll head on down and get ourselves... See you later. Didn't want that chunk anyway. Now we need to go ahead and flip all these on one at a time. So then they're all going to run, and they're going to kick out blocks at different times. That way it's not, you know, causing mass chaos in the form of, you know... Why are them not running? Oh my god, yeah, I'm that dumb. Never mind. I know why they're not running. I put straight pipes in there instead of T-pipes. I think I'm out of T-pipes, actually. I think that's why I did that, yeah. I'm out of T-pipes, so... Yeah, I had to put straight pipes in there, so those last 2 will not be running right now. But that's okay. It's not too big of a deal. It's only, you know, it's only 2 drills. We'll get some pipe here after we run our first wave of stuff. Yeah, that's why I don't want the Goliath firing at the same time. You end up with just a enormous freaking block that comes up. But anyway, let's get down here, and we are on repair duty basically while this thing is chucking the blocks out. So I'm just gonna watch it kick it out for a while. It should run pretty smoothly. The only thing is, like I said, we got to sit here and watch the repairs. So, you know, it is what it is. It's not too big of a deal. But eventually, my plan is I wanted to get another line of Goliaths down in here and then put concrete foundation down around it, at least 2 wide out, so we could stack up some repair or spanner wrench boxes. But with the amount of lag this causes, until he pushes out an optimization patch, this setup is pretty much, you know, pretty much doomed. Why the hell is this one not chucking out blocks? There's dirt under it. I filled it in. Come on. I know I filled it in. Or where'd my dirt go? I filled that one in before we started. I filled in under all 6 of them, and then I placed the other ones down. So I don't know. I really don't know what the hell's up with that. Is what it is. I guess it just chunked out a big piece, and whatever. Is what it is. Oh, I've got a mess up here again. Give me that big block for now. We'll run him through after the rest of this stuff goes in. Drop him. That's another problem with this setup is, you know, the blocks kind of tend to get a bit hung up here, so got to end up moving chunks around. And you can see the nice sized chunks of gold coming out of there. Why is this all jammed up? Oh, we have a dirt block in there. Hold on. Get up there. There we go. Now everything can flow. Stupid dirt block goes flying and gets stuck in my conveyor. Yeah, so as you guys can tell, it is already starting to get a little bit laggy. Right now, that's unavoidable. It is how it is with how the game runs. Not a whole lot we can do about that, except, you know, kind of suffer through it for the moment. And stupid blocks. Get your blobs moving. Alright, now we got to repair. So, he's all done up. That one I'm just going to shut off because it's not pumping out dirt. Apparently, for whatever reason, the dirt disappeared under it. Like I said, I know I filled under them because I moved all of them. And, of course, we have a filter that went kaput now. Alright. Tons of these repair things, so not a big deal. The only problem is the block stops moving sometimes after that the filter gets shut off, which is kind of dumb. A little bit irritating. The lag is starting to get a bit heavy. So again, this is the huge reason why I want to switch to that surface setup that he made, because honestly, I can't stand the lag myself, and I'm pretty sure that you guys aren't going to want to see, you know, frame rate drops like that, because to be honest, it's just not worth it. If I think the video's bad myself, I know you guys aren't going to like it either, and I don't want to make, you know, shit videos that I wouldn't even want to watch. So, you know, we're going to end up, like I said, we're going to end up switching to a surface setup. Plus, these big blocks are a pain in the ass. They really are. I'd much rather be using the ram drills just because of the small blocks. As you can see, there's blocks and shit everywhere along this claim. I picked up a lot of them already. But the only nice thing is look at this mountain of gold. I mean, nothing beats turning off your setup and finding gold like this. Nothing beats it. That's going to be the only kind of disappointing thing. But at the same time, you know, if it stops the lag, makes the video a bit better, I'm all for it. Because to be honest, like I said, if I don't like watching it, I can guarantee you guys are not going to like watching the lag either. So what we're going to do is, instead of continuing to run this, I'm not going to show you guys picking up all this mess on camera. It's just kind of too much of a pain in the ass to watch. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see me play Pickup Simulator. So, you know, we're going to go ahead, we're going to go buy ourselves some rams. And we're going to figure out a spot to start setting that up. Now, I had ideally thought about trying to set it up so it could run off the same harvesters here. But what I think I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to make something completely different. I'm just going to put something completely different over on this side. So, you know, off camera when I'm trying to make money, I'll run the laggy setup myself, just to make some money for trying to get that huge gold bar. And then from there, we'll just run what we can with the rams on camera, so you guys don't have to deal with the lag, because, you know, like I said, the lag is just too much. I mean, last thing I want is for anybody to get, you know, motion sick or queasy watching the video, because it's just so laggy. And, you know, I don't know, it's kind of disappointing in a way, because work so hard to get that set up, and then it's like, you know, you can run the setup for about 5 minutes, and then your gold pen is completely full, and this truck is not moving. Come on, don't get stuck. Get to the refill. Gotta back it up under here. Come on, turn in there, or don't. That should be close enough, I think. Guess we'll find out. Come on. Oh, there we go. I love having 2 trucks, by the way. Having 2 trucks is absolutely fantastic. It saves a lot of hassle, because I can load one up with some stuff, and then if I need to make a run to the shop, I could just take an empty one, or one that's mostly empty, quickly pop the stuff out of it, and away I go. So I almost thought of buying more trucks, you know, every time I log in, just buying another truck, because I end up with such a cluster of shit on the in them that, you know, it's like, yeah. It's just, yeah. So anyway, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start out with, like, I don't know, maybe 8 of them. Something like that. I think we'll use our forges and crucibles that we already have set up on the platform. So we're not going to need any of them. We also do have some rams somewhere on our starter claim. I'm not necessarily too worried about it. Money's not exactly an issue anymore. So, you know, that's another thing that I do kind of hope changes. Money is way too easy to get on here. It kind of defeats the purpose of the grind, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying we need a game that, you know, you have to grind hours and hours to make any sort of slight progress, but I'm also not saying, you know, within a couple days you can basically buy whatever the hell you want and not have to worry about stuff anymore. So that's the only thing that I will say, is I hope that money becomes either a little bit harder to get, or stuff becomes a little bit more expensive, because right now it's very unbalanced in the fact that, you know, it takes you very little time and you can basically get whatever you want. All you gotta do is basically, when you start out, dig straight down to the bottom, get yourself some big gold, and away you go. It's pretty much that straightforward. So hopefully that changes a little bit. Like I said, I'm not saying any sort of like complete polar opposite change where, you know, all of a sudden we're grinding for 2 hours to make enough money to buy ourselves, you know, like the furnace and the crucible and everything for the blacksmith station. Nothing like that. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to get at is just something that's a little bit, you know, takes a little bit longer. Because honestly, right now, we're at end game by easily. You know, with the exception of finding relics, which, to be honest, that's another thing. There's really no point to finding the relics either on here, because what do the relics do for you? You can open up that little spot in the cave, and it gives you money. At this point in the game, is there a point in having more money other than to say you have more money? Not really. It's not like there's, you know, anything super expensive that you're gonna need, what, like 60,000 from the relics in order to get. So again, I'm not trying to bash on the developer or say anything, you know, too bad about that, but a little bit more balance is needed. But I do feel before any new stuff gets added, I really feel like an optimization patch is definitely due. by far, because not being able to run a setup because of lag it's a little bit disappointing. It is, but at the same time, if this setup works out really well, then we'll just convert to doing this. And he's pretty damn smart individual to come up with this. I don't know if this was necessarily his complete idea or if he saw somebody else do it or what. But either way, it's a great idea, and if it works great, so be it. I'd much rather get to use a setup that doesn't produce the lag and get to show you guys videos at good frame rate, because when we're running that and the gold pen starts to get a bit clustered up, the lag is pretty extreme. Pretty extreme for sure. And yes, I'm buying a lot of stuff. I'm buying a lot of stuff because I don't want to end up making 100 trips back and forth here. And any extra that we get, we'll eventually use, possibly. If not, it can just sit there and rot. Like I said, money's not an issue. So, I'll buy everything in multiples of it. So, I think I'm actually going to run a completely different water pipe. Yeah, I'll leave my refueling setup and the other one the way it is. We'll figure out water pipes as we go. We actually aren't going to need a shredder for this setup either, which should be absolutely fantastic. Maybe we should get one just in case, because with all the rams firing, we might end up with some big blocks. So we might end up wanting to have that. I think we're going to just go with like a one-wide conveyor setup for now. I don't know if that's necessarily a good idea, but I know we're going to need a few more of these yet, so let's grab up some of them. But yeah, as I was saying about the frame rate, once you get a mountain of gold on your claim like that, it drops so bad. And basically, before we start running the setup, I'll sit at a stable at the bare minimum. And this is, you know, with gold already in the chute and everything like that. I'll sit at a bare minimum of I'll say 80 plus FPS. I normally get up to 120 stable FPS. So it's very nice when you're not running the setup, but once you start running it and that gold gets piling up, it is just a bear sometimes. So I think we have plenty of stuff now. We only spent like not even 10,000, so this is actually a pretty cheap run if I do say so myself. But I don't think we're going to really need much of anything else for now. I don't know if I have a water pipe valve there or not. I really don't care at the moment. Pipe setup is going to be something we deal with later on. We want to get there. We want to start setting up some stuff. Now, even with all this stuff in the truck like this, you can see the FPS dip down considerably just because of having all this stuff in the back of the truck. I don't know, in a way it's pretty disappointing, but I know the game is still very early, so I'm not bagging on the developer or anything like that. I'm just hoping that he gets that running smoothly here very shortly. I know he's pushing out a content patch, the 1.3. I really wish he would have done an optimization patch first, because I really feel the game should have definitely had that first. But again, that's just my opinion on it. So we're going to set this up in kind of an ass backwards order. We are going to go ahead and set up our sorting system first. The reason for this is I want to make sure I get the height right, because we're going to have to place, I'll actually show you here. Grab these out. Are they all nailed in, or they're all hammered in? Okay. Take that, and I'm going to take 2 of them. So, what we're going to have to do, and I don't know exactly how he's got his set up, so I'm just going to kind of, I kind of basically saw a thumbnail of it. I am going to check out one of his videos to see kind of more how he's got it set up. But for now, I just kind of wanted to run with the idea and see what I can come up with. So basically, it's going to have to be mostly flat. And we're going to want this sitting right up above it here. Kind of... we're going to need that to be down further. So, or actually we could leave it there and just put this up one more like that. But how are we going to get the gold to fall in there? I wonder, could we put a piece of sheet tin and set the cauldron on top of it, crucible, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that won't go there? Really? Seems like you should be able to put that there. So I know sometimes the game's a bit funny with the building stuff, so let's actually try put this... Whoa. I hate when it does that. Put this down first, and then this underneath. Oh, look at that. And I wonder if this will stay nice and glowy red. We're gonna have to get that centered better though, for sure. That doesn't look too bad. It looks like that should keep it red too, so. And then I think when stuff falls into it, it will also not move back and forth. I know that's another thing. When gold or iron, whatever falls into there, when it's in here, it actually like wiggles back and forth, so. Again, I'll have to check out his setup, make sure I do this completely right here, but for now, that's not what I wanted. I want one of these things. So, that should work like that. And we're going to need whoops, wrong way. Just like that. We'll actually probably want to back that up and put a flat... Well, actually, I don't think it's going to matter, should it? I don't think it should matter. Particularly. Go ahead and turn that so that don't go. And we will want that one to be gold. Again, we'll be putting the frames underneath this stuff as we go as well. So it doesn't look like stuff is just floating. Now that we basically got the height and everything set up, we can go ahead and get our blocks placed in. We're probably going to need more of these. I'm almost positive we will. But for now, we'll just work with what we got and make it happen. So, see, we're going to need the next sorter there, and then one more, two more. Okay. Sorry, kind of trying to figure this out as I go. What do we got? Good, we actually got the right one. Beautiful. So, let me see. The valve on the right. See here. Like that. So that should run it out this way, I believe. Let me actually... Yeah. Okay, I'm right. Had to make sure. Take this one now. And we'll set that right there. And we want this to be iron. And then we'll have one for gems and then one for shards. And the reason I'm doing it like this, so I have one for shards as well, is that way if any dirt lumps do come out. Actually, you know what we could even do? Is we could have one for dirt lumps over here. And that way, if a chunk of dirt gets in there, it'll kick it back around and put it back through our conveyor. That might be a little bit too sophisticated. I don't know. I might do that. But alright, so we need two more here. You know, I really should be smart and move this a little bit closer to what I'm working on here. So I don't have to go so far. Alright, back up you go. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so we need some more of these yet. Yeah, I think we're going to end up buying more of these for sure. Get in there. Alright, then we're going to need our next crucible and piece of sheet. So sheet first. Just like so, or... yeah. Sure. I don't know. It'll work, I guess. Run on over here, grab the next one. So it looks like that crucible is definitely staying red hot. There we go. So just to be sure that it is actually going to heat it up, we will take this empty one here and make 100% sure. Now, one thing we're going to have to do, though, is when we log in and out of the game, we're going to have to make sure that we take the crucible off. Because as far as I know, now I may be wrong about this, but as far as I know, when you log out of a game with the crucible that's hot, full of materials ready to be poured, it will delete it, as far as I know. So we don't want that to happen because, yeah, that just would not be any good. Alright, that looks like that lined up pretty damn good as well. I mean, close enough for my money. That should be good. That should work out pretty good. Alright, now we need the next one of these. Oops, let's actually get this turned the right direction. That right? It sure is. Alright, go ahead and give that a turn. We're going to need the next one here. And I know we got another sorter in here somewhere. Are you in here? Hello? Where you at? Oh, wait. There we go. I think I got the right thing, didn't I? Looks like it. Aha. Alright, so gems for you. And then the last one is going to be shards. Come on. Give me the right one. There we go. Beautiful. And again, that way, if we do end up with any dirt chunks, they're just gonna just fall out on the ground, and then we can worry about them later on. So, alright, that'll work pretty good. Now, we don't need this setup for the gems or for the shards, so we could just put straight flat conveyors in here. Let me see. I want these like this, I believe. I think. I'm not 100% sure. We'll fix it if it's not right. Couple more frames here. And this setup's looking pretty good. I'll probably end up finishing it off camera, because I'm going to have to run back and get all the pipes and all sorts of stuff like that. Unless you guys want to see the rest of the setup for it. If you guys do, I will go ahead and do it on camera. But we're going to need to figure out how we're going to want our rams. I think we could just line them up out this way. I mean, off of this setup, just line it up in a straight row, and it should work out pretty good, I think. Don't see why there should be any issue with that. So, put a couple of these on, because we're going to have our harvester right here. Which is right here, actually. Our harvester is going to go just like that. And again, we're going to need blocking and stuff under that as well. But then, grab these out. Let's see. Basically, something like this, and we're going to need to make a ramp up. I do have more ramp ones over here. Let's go ahead and grab these. I only have 2, though. Thought I had more. There might be some in the ground yet, too. That tends to happen a bit. Game tends to spew some stuff down into the ground, so I think we're going to need actually one more of them. Kind of just one too shy, I think we're going to be. Unless we were to let's actually see something. Grab one of these and we're just gonna... Yeah, so we're gonna need one more for that because these will sit at perfect height basically. And actually I'm gonna put them on this side so it's less pipe we have to run. But basically, yeah, everything's gonna be set up like this. Should work out alright. We're in the diggable area, so let's actually move our truck again, because otherwise we're running a mile back and forth, and I know it's just a little ways down here, but it's just simpler to be able just to turn around and grab it out for easement, I should say. So, keep popping these in here. I think this should work out alright. I do. We're probably going to need more flat conveyors too, though, so that's going to be another thing. We need to actually get these turned the right way too. Oops, there we go. Alright, so we need 4 more flats, one more ramped one. Gonna need a bunch more sheet tin. We should actually see what we got in here first. See. Nope, I'm gonna want it like that. I think that's right. Yep. I could have swore I had another ramped conveyor though. I could have swore I did. I was pretty sure I did. Ah, well. It's not the end of the world. It's only money, right? It's only money and we have tons of it and we plan on making a lot more yet. So, go ahead and turn these valves here while we're... Okay. Stuck. There we go. Alright, we're also going to need a cork for here. Or we could just actually toss another flat conveyor on there and then not have to worry about corking that off either. So, yeah. I don't know. Again, not 100% sure on that. We will end up putting in another frame thing here. Basically, so it's going to catch the gems there. Or if I really wanted to, I actually could put one of them pieces on there, couldn't I? Because I do think we have just one more of them. Yeah, we could actually do this instead. Just like that. Then that'll catch them right in there perfect. We're not going to get anything like absolutely monstrous out of this setup either, so this is the only problem. That's the only problem. So yeah, I don't know. See how that looks. That actually don't look too bad. We'll just have to leave that so it's not hammered in. Yeah, this should work out alright. Provided the gold behaves itself. I think what we're going to do to make sure it comes out pretty decently is we're going to put some more sheet tin around here if we can. Yeah, that should work out alright, I think. Again, I do have to check out his video yet and see to make sure that I got the setup pretty much right. I mean, it's not going to be 100% perfect, but let's reset the day. We'll go and grab a couple more pieces from the shop. We do have some piping. We do need a bunch more of the T's. So, see, we need one more of them. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 frames. 7. Actually, I think I'll get rid of that. So 7, 8. I don't know. Let's just go spend money. Let's just go spend money, right? Get rid of this intake valve here. Drop it off. Let's just go spend some money. If we get extra, that's fine. If we end up with not quite enough, that's okay too. We'll just make another trip back, because I'm sure we won't get everything exactly right, but we're going to need a lot of frames. Whoa. A little bit of hill crawling action there. Yeah, pull on up. The important thing is that we get the one more vertical conveyor, and then what, I think a half dozen flats, or 5. It's one or the other, I don't know. Whoa, it's going by itself. I love when it does that when you exit the truck. Just takes off like a bat out of hell. Alright. We'll just buy, what? Should we just buy a dozen of these for now? I mean, we'll end up using them. It's not like these frames are ever going to go to waste. Eventually, we're going to try to set up some sort of like house or something out there anyway. So, I don't know. I think we said we needed half a dozen, but who knows? I'll probably end up having to fix the setup. Something won't be quite right, so I'll end up needing more, and you know how that goes. You end up not getting something in quite right, underthinking it, and whoops, get up in there. And then you end up needing to expand or extend on it, and oh yeah. And we'll, if it works out as good as I think it should, we'll probably just expand on the whole operation anyway, so end up putting in like maybe another 8 on the exact opposite side of there. Something like that, I don't know. Maybe we'll just keep going in like a straight line with them too. End up making it go like all the way around the claim. That'd be pretty interesting. Rams all the way around the claim. Just let her run. Actually, I don't think that could work out though, because by the time the blocks got all the way around, can you imagine how big them blocks would be? All like blobbed together and stuff. That would create just one hell of a mess. You'd have to do a 2-wide conveyor with shredders and another harvester, and yeah, then you'd be back to the same problem as with the Goliath setup, where you're having to go up by the shredders and clear out the jams, and I don't think we're gonna do that. I don't know though. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. We should have enough blocks from here. We're gonna wait on getting any more sheet tin. I don't know how much is in the back of that other truck, so that's something we'll come and get with like the rest of the water piping, and I think that'll pretty much be it, is when we get the water piping. We're gonna get some of it now, I think, just because we're right here and we might as well. So, important thing is this and the flats. So we're gonna get them first. Make sure we have them. Okay, just go in the corner. No, go in the corner. You're a bad conveyor. Alright, so what'd I say? Half a dozen of these? Something like that? Sure. I can't remember. I think it was half a dozen. Or was it half a dozen concrete blocks and 5 of these or something? I don't know. We're just gonna buy some. Again, money's not an issue, so we might as well get more than what we'll need and then not have to worry about it. And then that'll also force us to have to expand on our operation anyway. So it works out for the benefit all the way around. Alright, so just gonna grab, I don't know, another few of these. No. Go away. Here. Oh. I think that's so funny. You go to walk out. Ah. Alright, 3 should be good enough. Then we're gonna need some pipe. What are we gonna end up needing? I think we're gonna need like 10 T-pipes. 8 to 10 T-pipes. Because we're gonna need Oh, we're going to need 7 for the rams. We're going to need 1 for by the harvester. And I think another one for hooking up the conveyors that lead to our sorters. So 9, if my math is right. Plus we also need more for our Goliath drills anyway, so let's just get like an even dozen. That'll be good enough. Man, we are buying a lot of stuff. You know what would be nice? Is if you put a feature in here so that when you bought the stuff, it automatically loaded it. Because for as much stuff as we're buying, this is a whole lot of time and effort spent just shopping. There's 10, 11. Holy crap. There's 12. So yeah, I think we'll just call that good enough. We'll go back and we'll work on setting up a little bit more stuff. Or actually, I think what we'll do is we'll wait on setting up any more. If you guys want to see more of the setup, you guys will have to let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'll just do it. Actually, I'll probably just set it up off camera. I'm sure you guys have seen me set up enough stuff by now. So I'll just get it all set up off camera and probably run a little bit of a test on it, see how it works, see how the crucible situation works there. That's going to be my main concern, is how the materials fall into the crucible, and the biggest thing is going to be remembering to remove the crucible when we log out of the game, because otherwise we're going to delete all that stuff out of there. And oh man, that could be quite the expensive loss. But anyway, I think we're just going to end this episode here. I think we've been going for long enough. Next episode, we're going to try out this setup for sure. I'll probably play around with the Goliath setup off camera just to make, just to work on filling up that pot. Try to get a $100,000 gold bar out of there. I'm not sure how long I'll have to run it in order to do that. I probably have quite a few more runs of that to do, so I don't know, maybe we'll have that ready to go within a couple episodes. But what I'll probably do is I'll probably just run that off camera for a while. While I'm working on stuff, I'll just from time to time go and check on the drills, make sure they're all functioning, and check on the water filters, stuff like that. So, and then yeah, when it starts to lag really bad, I know to go shut it off. That's kind of one of the worst indicators on the game. When your game starts lagging really bad, you know you got too much shit on the claim. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you guys are enjoying them, make sure you guys take the time to hit that like button. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on the RAM surface setup? If you've seen Mike's video on it, let me know what your thoughts are on that as well, because I haven't seen the video yet. I saw the thumbnail for it in my recommended, and I was like, oh man, that is an absolutely freaking brilliant idea. And if it fixes the lag, oh, you know, that's just absolutely fantastic. So I hope it actually does, and it works out alright, and that'd be great. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. Catch you guys for the next one.